in the spacious pickup, heading straight for an Audi. This time the horn is about to be turned into a flat cake. It's so exaggerated, I'm speechless. The young man smashed the window with their truth gun, groped the kid, and tossed the silly thing in the back seat. Seeing Jack exit the store with a gun, the young man's truth teller fired, allowing him to grab the boy into the pickup as Jack's shots at the window missed. Jack swiftly aimed the gun at the tire, causing the car to veer sharply to the side, precisely at the moment when Jack had just placed the boy in the passenger seat. I had initially assumed he was merely checking the tire's air pressure. We need to get out of here, like right now. But anyway, fleeing this place should be a priority. Unfortunately, a police car caught up. The earlier incident was an accident, but killing a cop now would be deliberate. Given the low speed earlier, even crashing into a cop wouldn't be fatal, so Jack confidently whisked the boy to a more remote spot. Jack told the kid to call the police, but not to describe him. Meanwhile, Jack hotwired the car as the kid needed his protection after the chaos. Jack turned a blind eye to it all, focusing instead on cleaning up all the fingerprints from the car, ready to make a quick escape. Seeing Jack getting serious, the boy quickly pleaded, claiming his family had money and power to protect Jack for a while, making Jack reluctant. Escorting the boy home, the guard at the entrance seemed to be in the loop, but when facing the savior, Jack still insisted he get out for a pat. Jack slowly climbed out to find a bigger guy. Checked him. Yep, that's the guy held deck. Upon hearing this, the big guy lazily went back inside, not knowing the truth hanging above was a gun. Taken to the boy's father's room, he called himself Baker, a useless carpet salesman. If Jack hadn't seen the gun, he might have believed it. Baker started firing questions, curious how Jack was so skilled, but Jack simply left his fingerprints on the cop. Guess if Baker wants to know, he can just check his connect. Jack thought this would take a while, but by lunchtime, Baker had already uncovered his identity. 2 juicy stars. 1 red heart. Merely those few words sounded oddly familiar. Baker claimed he was short-staffed and wanted Jack to stick around, promising he could cover up Jack's little cop incident. But first, Jack had to pass roulette, leading to the wild scene where Baker thought he had control. In reality, today's events were meticulously planned by Jack, starting days ago while he casually chatted by the roadside. Suddenly, he spotted a familiar face, but just as he was about to chase after them, a passing cop blocked his way. After borrowing a phone from a passerby, Jack called the investigation unit, hoping to trace the license plate, only to be told the system was down. So Jack left his hotel address, not expecting to get a call from federal agents instead of the investigation office. Assessing the situation, Jack hurriedly fled through the bathroom window, only to be snagged by Agent Susan. Jack could only chat with Susan, who said his license plate search triggered an alarm. That license plate belonged to drug lord Baker. No wonder the system crashed. Susan wanted into a tug-of-war, so Jack said he saw someone get into the Audi. The guy's name was Francis, who had previously sold secrets in the military, hence why Susan was hot on that place trail. So Susan proposed a partnership, needing Jack to infiltrate Baker's criminal gang, while Jack could snag Francis in the process. Jack and Susan's team planned the kidnapping, flashed stun grenades, and the car left bodyguards helpless, convincingly real. It seemed a real grenade tossed in the back seat. The dead cops and thugs had blood packs. What a genius idea. Just 1 license plate, everything was in order. Jack's gun had blanks and live rounds mixed. Jack marked the magazines with a knife to know bullet positions after firing. Soon had needs to discard them to avoid exposure. That's why he felt bold enough to try his hand at roulette. Though he liked a bit of muscle, he was reckless. Luckily, Jack infiltrated without arousing Baker's suspicion. After a day in the room, he planned to escape at 3 a.m. Arriving at the door, Jack felt a chill run down his spine. He cautiously felt his way around. Like a true explorer, he slipped into the warehouse and finally located the basement entrance, which was in such rough shape. Having been cooped up in that room all day, Jack was again listening carefully to the sounds around him. However, the doubts seemed to grow heavier, and Jack could only sit in the room quietly, too afraid to poke around. He could only wait patiently, else it would be reckless to make a move. Just then, Jack noticed an empty plate on the floor. planning to leave the small room when something on the ground caught. Curly was just yelling at the big guy, but in an instant fell silent, leaving in a state more tranquil than a dream. But poor Curly wasn't so lucky. After dying, Jack had tortured his body, leaving it posed in a shameful way. Season 3, Episode 2 of Narrow investigated Jack's days intense. After leaving the warehouse, Jack saw Curly furiously driving into the estate. Curly and the security chief started chatting. Jack hid to eavesdrop. Since Baker's son narrowly escaped death, Curly investigated the kidnapping. After inquiring, Curly found the target vehicle's location and needed eyewitness Jack to go to the convenience store. Upon hearing this, Jack sprang into action, aiming to return to his room before they arrived. Meanwhile, the captain strolled up the stairs while Jack was breathlessly sprinting up to them. In a moment of carelessness, Jack nearly became a meat pancake, and when the captain knocked, his heart sank, only to realize the room was eerily silent after knocking for a while. After banging on the door with no response, the captain pulled out a spare key. When he opened the door, Jack wasn't in bed at all, and the window was... The captain had already gripped his gun and was about to call for reinforcement when precisely at this moment Jack unexpectedly opened the bathroom door. "Allow me 5 more minutes to dress. You are exactly 2 minutes late." The captain needed Jack and Curly to investigate. Jack excused himself to change. Once the captain left, he got a call from Susan after all. It wasn't grenades in the Audi.